Buddy, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going? And who all we got here? Eric, Philip, AT, Andres, Goose in the house. Lieutenant Colonel, good to see you. Jeremy, Dan, Donald, Brian, Rob, Francois, Gary, Jerry, Jan, Craig, George, Robert, Ryan, Arturo, Valerie, Kevin, Sarah Lynn. Don't saw you yesterday. Good to see you. And maybe you're using a different account. Your last name looks familiar. Maybe Anthony, Rick, Cliff, Nikki. Good to see you as always. Rosalind, good to see you. Thank you for those cakes. Ivan, Wade, Laura, Last Warrior, David. Good to see everybody. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Oh, Kimberly's here. The boss. Dun dun dun. And my favorite subscriber. And for some reason my headphones don't seem to be connected. So let's redo them real quick. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. There we go. Got it to reconnect. And there we go. So, fast food. There is a problem brewing. I've been talking about, I told the story earlier in the week, maybe a couple times now, how Kimberly and I went to Abridged, and that's the place we took the Termite Trading Lab people last month on the first day. The burger place with the burgers and the beers and the interesting outdoor patio with the hops growing over. And so we went there this weekend, and I mean, this is a place that's been popular ever since it opened, and nothing really changed. I mean, nothing was service maybe not as impeccable as before, but when we were there, and the food was good, the service was, we didn't really want for any service, and we look around and the place is half empty. Prime time on a Saturday evening, and that's never been that way before. And I was talking to somebody yesterday, one of the people that helps me do what I do here, and he gave me a call yesterday. He was talking to me. He's like, and he lives here in town, on a different part of town, in the ritzier part of town. And he was like, man, since you're into this stuff, he's like, what's going on? He's like, I go out around town and there's no lines, there's no people, there's nobody out doing anything. He's like, this is like during COVID when nobody went out and did anything. He's like, what's going on? I was like, it's scary. It's scary. And then we see the cracks forming in the in everything, and all these restaurants are starting to report there's problems. So um, it's kind of, I mean, like DPZ started down, and we can look at that chart here in a minute. See if I can pull it up. Get my mouse in the right place, and then I'll flip it onto the screen right here. I mean, look, we started to pull back in DPZ right there. Yum reported having lower people. Look at that. Ooh. MCD. Look at that. We're seeing less business here. A lot of fast food and a lot of other restaurants. Trying to remember, is DRI? Yeah, Darden. Look at that. There's a problem brewing. Look at that. We're down to the target. I mean, dang. Called it. Anyway, I just look at that chart and I'm like, how did I know? How did I know? And it's everything's expensive. But the consumers are starting to run out of money. Like we're maxed out. The problems are brewing. This is the point of this whole exercise here. It's oh, had a little glitch on the stream. Looks like, and Richard, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. But yeah, I'm just concerned. I guess that's what I would say. This is a bigger red flag. Very, very concerned here about what might go down. Be careful. All right, this is maybe a bigger warning sign than any of the any of the S5FI and stuff I normally talk about. And just, we've seen this before. We've seen this before, all right? I mean, it's, I mean, you could say it's crappy food, but I mean, it hasn't gotten, while they did, a lot of things did shrink a little bit. The prices went up, but people are still people. I mean, the people that eat fast food are still the same people. I mean, it's not like we suddenly had a health conscious change or anything like that. I just think we've redlined the credit. We've redlined the ability to buy it. And what happens next? Walmart's reporting huge sales while Target saying the consumer appears weak. That's a tale of two different charts there. Walmart saying that they're seeing record business coming in the door, and TGT, Target, saying that they're seeing weakness. All right, this is Amazon seeing people coming back, spending more money. And where were the Amazon shoppers? This is interesting. Like it's the consumer stressed, and that's us, right? Inflation sucks. It's back to that fact that they keep telling us we've only had like 3% inflation, when really we look at the grocery bills, we look at the fast food prices, everything's up 50%. Like, it's just bullshit, right? Complete bullshit. So watch out. Watch out. That's the big moral of the. Yeah, I mean, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling anything. All right, nothing from me. No financial instruments, as in no stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. Don't trade bonds either. If you desire that personal financial advice, it's not what I do. You got to hire and consult a financial advisor. So keep that in mind. All right. One thing we haven't really looked at this week at all is the calendar. Dun, 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 dun. And let's go to this week. Not last week. This week. Look at that, Wednesday. So there wasn't much on Monday. Not much on Tuesday. Fed Chair Powell was testifying, but he just said the same old crap. He's testifying again. I think in front of the Senate today. I think he was in front of the House yesterday. And not much else. A couple of speakers. We've got this coming up on Thursday morning. This is important right there. CPI, that inflation we were all just kind of talking about, how they're hide the numbers. If we look at if we did CPI like we did back before 1983, we had 20% inflation spike, and we're still hanging at like 10, 11% inflation, not down near 3. So they create a problem. It's a big problem. And that's why they won't ease up on the rates. I don't think they can. All right? If they do, we're going to see it explode even higher. And there's PPI on Friday right there before the market opens. So before I do the show for the next 2 days. So Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow and Friday. We're going to have some interesting stuff here. Alrighty. And my lovely wife, Kimberly, says in the chat, Target seems to have forgotten they're supposed to be a discount big box store. And I mean, premium prices, right? For same old Chinese crap. It's I don't know. Like, what happens when we can't afford to shop at Walmart anymore? The royal we. I mean, look, Dollar General's not banging. I can't remember dollar BLTR. There we go. Those guys aren't doing very well. Of course, they can't sell stuff for $1 anymore. It kind of wrecks the whole business plan, right? The inflation made it so they can't sell stuff for $1. What happens when $1 becomes $5 store? Five and 10 becomes $5 and $10, not nickel and dime. Anyway, it's looking pretty rough. Looking pretty rough, you know. Usually they do pretty good, and then other things that do really well in bad times, because we got to fix cars. Those are both looking rough. This is it's a very, very interesting situation we've got ourselves in here, right here. And I don't know. It's gonna be a problem. That's what we got. Now, looking at the ES futures overnight. Check it out. Reopened over right there. Reopened, popping up. A little bit of volatility. Oh, never mind. We reopened right there. And reopened yesterday, bounced off that, shooting higher. Oh, gonna potentially open at a new high. I don't know. It's still bullish until it's not. Be careful. We can push this thing to ridiculous levels. NQ. Right there. It seems to be a final game of rip the shorts. People were shorting NVIDIA. Still in the zone, even with this pop on the open. Be careful. It'll be on the list for the poppers. The heck? There's like, I don't know what the heck. It's like leaves or something on my. This is not an outdoor space. I don't know how leaves got on my desk here. I don't think I have any leaves on me. Anyway, yeah. This is looking rough. As we're coming to the open, NQ also rallying up. Final squiggles. Be careful. Russell definitely showing a different story. Even on the daily, look at this. Rough, choppy. Nowhere near all-time highs, which is all the way up here. This was all-time highs at 2470. And we're hanging out here closer to 2000. Oh, there's the market open. SLB was a sell because it blasted down and hit the stop. Lame. Yep. Can't win them all. CL. Getting closer and closer. Oh, man, look, it made an attempt. Made an attempt to get down there. We may stop. We may hold that prior high right there, which is basically the vicinity of where we kind of bottom today. Google. Boom to the target. Boom shakalaka. That's on the 1 minute chart. Roadmap line load. That's weird. Where is it? There it is. There we go. It's weird. I wonder why it loads the 1 minute chart. Oh, I bet I know what I did. I messed up something. Hold on a second. I gotta fix something. I need to. Where are the alerts for that one? 1 second. I gotta fix something. That probably went out to the wrong channel. I Need the current symbol. I know what happened. Pause that. Need to Apple. Going to have to pause that. And Amazon. Hold on one second. I gotta fix something real quickly before it gets crazy. Oh. I made a typo on something. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. So if you're at Apollo and you got that alert, it was in error. And dun, 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 dun. I have to pause a bunch of alerts. And let's see. What did I miss? NVIDIA. And let's see. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. There we go. Pause all those alerts. All right. Back to it. Had to do some maintenance here. Yeah, I mean, nothing's ever the same, right? And Andreas, like, it's all like, look at what you look. Look at the quality of food you used to get in the 1950s to what you get now. It's just, you know, it's never gonna be a. We're never gonna get the same stuff ever again. As we get more and more people, the more and more industrialization. I mean, do we really need portions that as big as they used to be? I mean, so now here's the thing, though: if you increase minimum wage, you're just promoting inflation. I hate to say it that way, but if the market's not free market, where companies are allowed to pay people whatever the job is worth, then we're one, cutting out jobs, two, promoting inflation. And it's not the way politicians look at it. It's not the way the working class feels about it. They, well, I should get paid a lot more because it costs more to live. But the sad fact is, if you bump up a minimum wage to $20 an hour for a fast food worker, all of a sudden the burgers cost more because it was based on the labor costing less. It's not like there's this ton of money sitting there on the side that, you know, you can't just rebalance the equation. All right. Like you can't just take the profit, or maybe some franchisees were just barely squeaking out, and then you increase their labor costs. So now they, even though it looked like they were making profit, they were really just covering the interest payments and the franchise payments and all the other payments and the interest and the insurance and all the things that they had to do. And now you bumped up their labor cost. So now the only way to make more money is to increase food costs, which decreases business because higher prices lead to lower demand. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy into running things in the ground. It really is. So be careful. ES. There. Crazy how we're running higher. We may look at that red candle. Got the, what do they call it, an evening star, whatever, and then red candle. We may go bamming and jamming right up into. We may do that. But we got that CPI coming up tomorrow. We could very well do that. Be careful. There's the line of support right there. 54.50. We get below that, and yeah, maybe CEOs should get paid less. Maybe, but good luck convincing anybody that they should get paid less. Every time it's ever come up for vote for Congress or the Senate to increase how much they get paid, every single time they voted to increase how much they get paid. When people can vote for money, it's the end. Like, that's just the way it works. There's Baba hitting the target. there. Moving on down the line. Bitcoin. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know. Come on, Bitcoin. Get it together. Let's go. Get it together. Let's go. BTC, USD. We've got 2 greens in a row. David, I saw you saying we had the potential for 3 green days in a row. We don't have it yet. We have to be in the books before it counts. So right now, Bitcoin, 2 green days in a row with a red day so far. ETH USD, working on it. It's 3rd green day in a row. If we can get them both, typically in the past, during bullish cycles, when we get 3 greens in a row, green daily candles on Bitcoin and Ethereum, 3 in a row, we will typically see a 2-week rally. Yeah, it can last longer. It can go shorter. The average is about a 2-week rally in those coins when we get 3 greens in a row on both charts. It's just a weird. I don't know anybody else that's ever talked about this, but just a weird pattern that I picked up, that when we see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on both charts, we typically see a big rally. Right now, Bitcoin giving a little back, so we're gonna have to wait the rest of the day and see if we can actually pull it out. Now, the futures here had a red day, green day so far, and the futures on here, green day. So even if today pulls it out green, we had a red day on the futures here. I don't know. I'd love to see this hold and burn, but hold and burn is what I would love to see, but we're not there yet. Not there yet. Dollar, curious. Didn't touch the roadmap line yet. I do expect it to flush on down at this point with how far it came, but we can hold here and go. The trade set up right here. That right there has it set for 106.87 right there. What's the gold wide band? The gold, it's called the roadmap line. Link is in the description right here. I have a video about it if you don't want to buy it. It's $5 if you want to buy it and have an easy button. It tends to be a support and resistance zone right there. In fact, if I think I call it support in the, yeah, right there, support in my indicator right there. And this is a more complicated indicator. The roadmap line indicator is just that roadmap line, not much else. And you get a masterclass on how to use it, although I have several videos on how to use that. I taught Kimberly how to use it on a series of videos. She used to build the watch list for the week, and which isn't necessarily fun. Now I've all kind of automated building the watch list, mostly automated. I still have to go through it and make a little video, but there you go. And when Henry Ford increased salaries of his line employees to $5 a day, he said it was so that his employees could pay for his cars. Not a bad idea. Need money to pay for company goods. That's right. I mean, but you know, it's different being mandated versus the company can afford it. Like it's a different thing. Like if the company, like Amazon, chose to pay its warehouse workers more money, but fast food places in California are being mandated to pay their fast food workers more money. So it's a different mindset. And there's been reportedly 10,000 restaurants have closed in California due to that increase in wage cost. FNGU, 3x leverage on FANGs, just rocking higher. APD, potential to bounce off of here and go lower. Be careful. Air Products. This is another one. You may be like, what does this indicate? Air Products is welding supplies. All right, it says chemicals, especially. This Air Products is welding supplies. That's a 3-wave up. This is the potential to continue down lower. At this point, that continuation could take us down to 203. Right down here, very quickly. Right down in here. Possibly 195, possibly even 175. Carvana. Still rocking higher. Right there. Yep. Be careful. That's at the target. Could it go higher? Yeah. 139, 150, 150. Could it retrace? Absolutely. Support down here at 85 at this point. That'd be a steep decline. $50 or so. And TSM. Yeah, rocking up there. I mean, hey, think about it. Most people out here, looking out for number one. Right here. Most people are looking out for number one. There's very few of us that consider our fellow humans on this planet. I mean, in the broader sense. I mean, there's lots of us that I'm worried about so-and-so, worried about this, worried about that. But what did you really do for other people? And I think about that every day because, I mean, I set out to help other people all the time. And the way I go about it, maybe agree, maybe don't agree, but I do this stuff right here and try to help people every single day. Every single day. I'll try to help people like you get ahead in the markets. And maybe squeak out a little bit of money so you can go help other people too. So, NVIDIA, 2x leverage. Be careful on leverage stuff. Be careful. Oh, that means leverage too. Ultra means leverage. Anytime you see this word in an ETF, that means leverage. That's code for leverage. So be careful. That may squeak higher. 200. It also can drop very quickly. ILMN. I think I said that right. That's still bearish, even though we're popping. We may drop in down to 75, possibly even 55 down here. LGVN. Up to the roadmap line. Resistance, 1, 2, 3. That's a reverse split. This is all the makings of what I call a dumpster fire. Dumpster fire chart right there. Unlikely to turn the figure. Watch out. Watch out for continuation. Lower, right down in here. It can go to 0. Be careful. And remember, if anything I said is helpful, beneficial, give me a like, subscribe, share with somebody else. I mean, all these things help me help more people. And the more people I'm helping, the downside is I do sell things to be able to pay for my family and, afford to have all the support that I do to do this, buy cameras and lights and computers and all the things. So it does take some money. So I do appreciate you supporting me further if that's what you want to do, but you don't have to. You can just come watch this stuff for free for as long as you need to. I'm here and I'm reliable. I've been doing this for the Tuesday show for 3 years in a row. Last week was the first week I had to bump it a day in 3 years. And I've been doing this morning show every single day. I only skipped it for jury duty. Kimberly had to do it one day. And I skipped it for Christmas and New Year's. Otherwise, every other weekday, I've done this morning show since I started it last January. So a year and a half now. That's pretty reliable. I'm here for you. SMH, well, that one, dumpster fire, probably going down lower. SMH, this is semiconductor ETF. And if NVIDIA rolls, when NVIDIA rolls, watch out. How's our buddy AMD doing? Coming up into the resistance zone. Be careful. This one may rally here. NVIDIA could make a higher high, although it's still in the resistance zone itself. Both AMD and NVIDIA in the resistance zone, while TSM still has room up to 200. Be careful. AEHR. Man, that's not a bullish setup yet. Could this be a reversal? Yeah, but it's going to have to break through, retrace. So it needs to, this support line right here, the roadmap line, we got going over here. We need to break through with price, retest it like this, find support, and then go higher. Continuation. I'm a trend pullback continuation trader. So that's what I'm looking for on these things. Trend pullback continuation. So I like, now, one of the other things about being a trend pullback continuation trader, you need to be able to identify reversals or potential reversals. So there is a potential. It's not going to confirm a new trend till we break above, retest, and then start moving on positive. And it's kind of like what we did here. We broke through, we retested, and then continuation, kind of, nope. And now we're retesting for the first time since October. Think about it. The market was horrible in October, yet this was up here. And this has been pulling back the whole time the market's been rallying. It's kind of like this is almost like a counter trend indicator right here. This thing's rallying. Be careful. Be careful. NVIDIA. Like I said a minute ago, watch out. It's in the resistance zone. If we can break higher, 144, 147. But remember, law of big numbers. Yesterday, Apple was the first company to ever close above $3.5 trillion in market cap right there. This morning, opening up at 3.54, it's adding almost $40 billion of market cap overnight. Freaking ridiculous. Microsoft right on its heels. NVIDIA not far behind. It wasn't that long ago that all these were under 3 trillion. We've added $1 trillion more of market cap right there. Where did that money come from? And think about it, like for Apple to double, it's going to have to add $3.5 trillion. And then Microsoft probably flow with it. So that's $7 trillion. That's like more than the value of the entire country of Japan and all the stuff in it. Where does that money come from? Just to double those two. Now, you could double something like Tesla, $800 billion, and like drop in the bucket compared. I mean, like these guys added more than the value of Tesla in the last 3 weeks. I mean, I don't know. It's things crazy can keep getting crazier though. Be careful. That's I think we're nearing the top. We're gonna get a flush out. We're gonna rebalance the scales. Vivo Power, I have no idea what this does, but it looks like an absolute pile of duty water with the reverse split in there. Be careful. That's another dumpster fire right there. Baidu, when the dumpster fires start showing up like crazy, that's a big warning. Baidu, man, can they pull the rabbit out of the hat? If we can break back above this resistance, we could get some upside. I'm still sitting on a long, but it's not looking good for the home team on that one. TECL, 3x bull on technology. This is going to roll when the market rolls. Be careful on leverage stuff right there. Stuff that was down pre-market. INTU probably coming back down to the roadmap line, if not going lower than this back here. That was a lower high. Watch out for a deeper correction on INTU. How much deeper? Well, let's go that high, that low, that high. And something like that. Spot. Found some resistance, some serious resistance. And it was down $2 or more pre-market. Now it's only $1, but highly likely to come back down to the roadmap line. Zap. Oh. Another dumpster fire. I think I addressed that yesterday. You don't go chasing. I mean, you could go chasing this, but please control your risk. Do not. There's another worrying one right here. Credit cards. Quit going higher. Both Visa and MasterCard. Capital One. DFS. DFS actually rallying a little bit, but DFS has not been bullish like the other ones. Like if you zoom out just a little bit and look at these, Capital One, rocking higher. Visa, been rocking higher in the longer trend here. MA, been rocking higher. But DFS been having a little bit of trouble there. I guess Capital One too, a little bit when you look even further back here. I guess Capital One's supposed to be trying to buy DFS. I don't know if they'll let that happen or not, but we'll see. IDYA rejected the breakout. May go lower. Watch out. That's biotech, pharma. Probably going below that very quickly. NTES. We got close back here. I still hold that target zone right around 73. That will probably go visit. LZ. Wow. Look at that drop out. Whew. Guess LegalZoom. People not buying the right down to the target. That one can turn into a dumpster fire very quickly. Just need a reverse split and SDST. Wow. Is that a SPAC? I don't know. Looks like it. Looks like it'd be a SPAC the way it did that. I'd be careful there. TXG. Whew. Man. Biotech. And right down in the target zone. 13. Next target down. And Logitech. More consumer goods. Bounced right off of the... This is just classic price action right there. Bounced off the resistance. Come back down. Find support. And we go again. Opportunity, but not yet. Could go a little lower, down to 88. We start breaking down, though. Watch out. It could flush on down here. 58. 60. Probably 60 area. Pull that up here. Yeah, 59, 58, 59, 60, somewhere in that zone. If we start breaking down, get below this stuff over here, probably flushing on down deeper on Logitech. All right. Well, that was kind of the list for the day. Watch out. We may do an exponential little whoop, but we also might do this on CPI, PPI tomorrow and Friday. Watch out. Support down there. This is the line to watch. Line in the sand. 54.50. We get below that. Probably coming down here first stop. And it could get even worse. Quit drawing. Could get even worse. We could be heading down here to 4,600. Or we could start the bigger, badder down. I mean, the correction's coming. Probably over the next 10 years. We may see S&P 500 back in the 1 to 2,000 area. The next 10 to 20 years. I think it's coming. I think it's coming. I hate to say it, but I think it's coming. How do we prepare? Keep coming back. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you later. See you later, everybody. Have a great day. I'll be in Discord. And yeah. Oh, I have a closeout for Apollo coming up at 2. If you're interested. And we'll see you later.